You get skirts for $5 there.
Yes, I got a skirt for $5.
I was pleasantly surprised to see like 20 plus items of modest clothing.
Where's the pretty modest clothing? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be talking about a few quick tips and tricks on how to find some modest clothing, and not just modest clothing, but pretty modest clothing, because it's hard enough to find modest clothing, but then you're like, okay, where's the pretty modest clothing? So we're just going to help you to find, you know, some places, some stores that we went to, and we were able to find some pretty modest clothing.
Well, how about into the practicalities? We want to talk about, first of all, we'll just go with the easiest way to shop for modest dressing, and that's online shops.
That's true.
Number one for me is ThredUp. For you?
Yeah, it's an app. I like ThredUp.
ThredUp, there you go.
There's a lot of pieces in my closet that are from ThredUp. If you're not familiar with it, it's an online thrift store.
Yeah.
It's an app, actually.
Oh,
They've got a wonderful variety. They've actually got nice pieces. They have quality pieces, low prices. Sometimes they even have designer brand items, but they price them even lower than they should be. So sometimes you get a steal of a deal.
So eBay is the other option that I would go with. I first went with eBay over Goodwill, Target. Biggest downside to eBay though was that people would sell the clothing and then they would take pictures of it and then sneakily hide the stains, the missizing, the shrinkage. Like they'll say, oh, it's a size large and it's cotton, but they shrunk it in the wash. They knew it shrunk in the dry. They didn't care. They're just trying to sell it. So ThredUp became number one just because of honesty's sake.
Yeah. Also, though, on the app, you do have to look and see if there's a stain. They'll let you know. If there's a tear, they'll let you know. So make sure you look in the description of the item, and that'll help you out a lot navigating through the app.
One thing that we had to get out of the habit when we first started dressing modestly was shopping at malls. It's the biggest hotspot where people go where they want to enjoy their time, spending their money, getting clothing. But at malls, they rarely ever have anything modest.
And you'll end up spending a whole bunch of money. I mean, okay, so there's Forever 21. They were not that bad.
At first. Yeah.
But so I would say you can actually find a few gems there. They're not very reliable. I'll say that. I'll say they're not very reliable.
Quality.
And the quality, like you put that thing in the washer and it comes out maybe 2 times, put it in the washer 2 times, and then it comes out totally translucent. Like, I'm not joking. I had a shirt. It wasn't even a dress, but it was a shirt at the time, and it was like some camo or whatever, and then it totally, like, you could hold it up to a light and see completely through it. So the quality is not really there, but you can, there's some items that are good quality and pretty, and, you know, they have a nice, elegant design to them, honestly. Forever 21 does a good job on that. So that's also an option, because like we're trying to compile a bunch of options for you, because we live in a world where all of the fashion industries, all they're doing is producing immoral clothes for immoral purposes, driving that immoral agenda of the devil. So we're bringing to you a compilation of what you can do, because there's not really one spot to get all your modest clothing from. We don't have a single spot where we get everything from, because you want to find pretty modest clothing. That's the whole thing. We don't want to look bad, because there's nothing wrong with dressing modestly. When you dress modestly, you want to look good too, and it's possible. And we've covered that in a different video, but that's the whole purpose of why we are compiling all these options to you, so you can find just the right style for you. So there are the stores Marshalls, Ross, Burlington, TJ Maxx. You can find nice purses here for a low price. You can find skirts. You can find modest maxi dresses that are actually pretty. But the key is go in the summertime, because in the wintertime they may have literally 2 skirts on the rack. And
I think there's been times where I've found no skirts and it's been mini skirts, and it was probably the most disappointing excursion. You're looking for 2 hours and you find nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Winter time is a no. Yeah.
So if you go to these stores, make sure that you go in the summertime. Maybe, I don't know what to say, maybe stock up, just whatever you want to get, just get it in the summertime. Also fall, sometimes it's like spring, summertime, fall, maybe, but wintertime, absolutely no. And in the fall is a bit sketchy. Yeah. So, with that being said, there's also Target.
Yeah, Target's a good one. I went to Target in fall, and I was pleasantly surprised to see like 20 plus items of modest clothing. Dresses, skirts. There's about 3 or 4 on the clearance. It was right after summer had ended, so maybe that's why. But there was a lot, and a lot of shirts, and they were okay price for the quality. It was like 20 minimum per outfit. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's crazy cheap. Like you don't get such a good deal as maybe ThredUp or even the TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, things like that.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you're pleasantly surprised. I mean, honestly, I think that even like Walmart and Target, they did up their fashion game or whatever.
Yeah, it's true.
Because it used to just be like really bad. And because I've been shopping at Target for clothes even before I started dressing modestly, and they just started like, you know, they started getting, you know, nicer clothes in. So I noticed that. And yeah, so that's also an option for in person. Again,
Burlington.
Yeah, that's part of
Burlington.
the Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, TJ Maxx.
You can get skirts for $5 there.
Yes, I got a skirt for $5 at Ross, and it was, I think it was a double circle skirt.
Yeah.
So there was a ton of fabric.
Yeah.
And it was really thin fabric, of course, but yeah, it was $5.
It was pretty too.
It had a nice flow.
So in summary, all of this process that you're going through, it is a process. Keep that in mind. The Holy Spirit will help you on a daily basis. Remember, it's a daily basis. Don't worry about what am I going to wear tomorrow? What am I going to wear next month? What am I going to wear when it's summertime? I know summertime can be one of those things. People are really like, how am I going to dress modest in summer? We can cover that in another video.
Yeah.
But through all of it, just know that the Holy Spirit is there to help you. He's the one that will lead you in righteousness and holiness. How to dress modest, how to cover the holy temple that he himself resides in. He will tell you. So with this video, you can take away tips, you can take away tricks, things that we already went through, things that you can implement in your life. And you should just leave comments below on things that, you know, maybe you have questions on, so we can have a Q&A video as well. That'd be good. But don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
I was like, what the heck is that?